Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more 7 Days to Die, where we are again testing out some mods, but this time for armor. So in the last video I kind of got into it a little bit with the jump jets, which I don't think are in the actual game, but they are in the creative menu. So if you have cheats on, you press U, you can find them there under jump jets. Obviously there is a lot of other stuff. There's only a few that I don't think are working, one of which is mod you're fired, and the other one is radiation ready, simply because there's no description or anything for them. Jump jets has a description, but that's it. Don't think they're in the actual game. But anyway, the other bits we have, they are in the game. I've seen most of them. It's just that I always seem to find the ones I don't have for the correct armor that I'm wearing. So it's a little bit awkward sometimes picking one up and then realizing you can't actually use it with the armor that you've got or you've found. So we're going to go through each one of those and see which ones fit the armor that I've got, which currently is all military. Okay, so military boots. Let's modify these. So I think the only one that would go onto this that don't go onto anything else is the impact bracing, which reduces full damage, which is really handy if you're climbing a tower like the Joe Bros construction, and therefore you don't take any or as much damage when you fall. So the other thing is, can or does the dies do anything? Because they do highlight that they go on there. Mobility, okay, so mobility is minus 30%, that is minus 33%. So I'm thinking that's a good thing. Let's see what else goes on here. Reinforced padding, light armor rating, then we've got plastic. Okay, so reinforced padding is just one armor rating. Yeah, shush, I'm not buying anything from you. Light armor rating is 2, and then you got military plating, which is 3. So those are your 3 different light armor paddings, of which you can only have 1 on at any time. So that does give you, goes from armor rating of 6 to armor rating of 3, and then the other 3 platings for heavy armor. So what else can we add? So you've got insulated liner. I've got 2 lots of those for some reason. But that's for colds. We're in the deserts. We want cooling mesh. And then what else have we got? Muffled connectors. Have I got something similar? Yeah, muffled. Oh, advanced muffled connectors. That's 8% noise reduction. Okay, and that is custom fittings, which is stamina per second, so greatly reduces movement and stamina penalties from armor. So if we put those in, we go from minus 23 mobility to minus 20, and it doesn't increase anything or decrease anything else. That one is heat resist. So armor plating, that is just armor. Okay, so something's off with that. I don't know if green dye is actually supposed to do anything, but hey, its mobility is minus 20% at the moment, but mobility is okay. What I would really prefer is one of the storage pockets. So I'm just going to test out something. No, you can't have more than 1 storage pocket, which is fine. So muffled connectors, yeah, noise reduction, brilliant if you're going through a dungeon, a large dungeon, and you don't want to make noise. But I think that's pretty good for our military boots. So we're gonna put those on. And the next thing is gloves. Now I've already got some knuckle dusters equipped to them because they do 300% more damage when equipped, which is brilliant. Now actually, before we carry on with the gloves, there is one thing that I've noticed, that when you equip something and you've got the storage pocket mods, it doesn't always show up here. Now all you have to do to fix that is come out of your menu, go back in, and there we go, we've got 3 extra slots now. So Going back to the gloves, it's pretty much going to be the same sort of setup. So we can have some armor ratings increased, insulation, mufflers. There is dye. So if we then modify those, we can add the triple storage pockets, the military plating, and the cooling mesh. And yeah, don't think we need anything else. Improved fittings. So that is what, minus 0.02 and 2% mobility. So if I take that off, put that on, that, okay, it's gone all broken on us because of the dye. There we go, back to normal, down to 10%. So I think they would actually be better than dye, unless you want to, it does colour the actual glove. So if I put it back on for a second, it does colour the glove or the piece of item. So if you want a full suit of red armour, there you go, you can have it if you really want it. It's all green, black. Ooh, black armour. That would be a full set of black armour, would look pretty insane actually. But we're going to stick with improved fittings. I think that's actually what's supposed to be on, like what is you'd put on there, as opposed to dye for improving the mobility. So the gloves are all ready to go. We can punch people in the face. We've got extra storage pockets. We've got our military plating on there, and we're going to be cooler as well. So if we jump out of that and wear those, we're now not encumbered, which is a good start. Okay, next one we're going to go to is the military vest. So let's modify that. Currently we have the radiation ready. I have no idea whether it works or not. It doesn't change any of the stats. But I would imagine if and when that gets added properly, that's going to be for when you go into the radiation zone, potentially. In fact, can we add that to the hazmat suits? Let's take a look. So, hazmats, non-hazardous waste sign, awesome. Might have to steal one of those and put those up somewhere. So let's take one of those and let's modify it. It only has one slot. And no, you can't add the radiation mod into that. But you can put dye on it, so you can have a green hazmat suit or a red hazmat suit. So there is that benefit. Let's complete that and just drop that on the floor because we're a litter bug. Okay, back to modifying. So what we can add here, so one difference here is that we've got the bandolier, which means we reload 30% faster. 30% isn't the biggest increase in reload speeds, but if we modify this, complete it, then go back to our weapon, it allows you to get off a few more shots a little bit quicker. But sadly there's no zombies out there to test fire my gun on, but hey, can't always have something to test fire on. Yeah, there is a lack of zombies in this area. I might have to move somewhere else just to shoot some zombies whenever I feel like it. Anyway, back to the armor test. So we've got the bandolier on there. We've obviously got the dyes, the normal stuff, the platings, the pockets, but nothing else on there. So if we go back to mods, let's see what we've got. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, they've got the insulation, the improved fittings would be nice, custom fittings. Okay, that's the one you rather want, because that's 3% mobility as opposed to 2%. So let's pick up some of those. And triple pockets, and where's the military plating? There we go. So you've actually got two unique things for the chest piece, which is the bandolier. The jump jets, I don't know if they're truly in the game, but you know what? This is a cheat world, so we're going to leave them on there. So if they are in the game, I would definitely be having them because it allows you to jump so high. It's very fun. So let's put that on there. Let's put the military plating on there. and I think the custom fittings will be nice on there as well. So mobility is now down to 2%. Armor rating is at 9 on this as well, and then we've got 3 extra pockets. So that's all done. We can wear that. And yeah, just making sure the jump jets still work. They are so much fun. And who needs a vehicle when you can just jump everywhere? But problem is it does use up stamina, so obviously a vehicle is slightly better. Just uses up fuel. And let's see, what's next? Should we go to, let's skip the leg armor, let's go to the helmets. So let's modify that. Now there is a few different things here that are very cool. One of which is you can put a helmet torch on there, or a helmet light even, which means you don't have to wear the mining helmet all the time. Oh, it helps if I equip it, wear it. You can't quite see it because we're in the desert in the middle of the day, but it works. The helmet light does work, which is awesome. So you don't need to wear the mining helmet all the time. Obviously the mining helmet you can craft easier and earlier than the military helmets, so it's a little bit, it's going to be easier to have one of the mining helmets than the military helmets with a flashlight, but we'll see. Okay, so other bits that we can add are the water purifier, which means you can consume any kind of water, including dirty water, without having to boil it. Obviously it's meant for dirty water because everything else is generally clean and healthy. And those are the 2 unique mods for your helmets, which is quite cool. So if we spawn in some dirty water, there you go, can of murky water, bottle murky water. So normally you'd get dysentery if you drunk too many of them, and you've got 20% chance there, and you've got a 20% chance there. But if we drunk those now, we should be... oh, hang on, we got ill. That'll be why. I'm not wearing the helmets. So, we got ill, but it's fine, because now we've got that on, we can use it without worrying about getting it again, our illness again. So yes, we can now drink unsafe water safely because we actually remember to equip our helmets. So let's take that off briefly and modify it. So the other bits that I'd want to add on are, it would be cooling mesh and the 2 that we've already used. So triple storage pockets and military plating. So the usual stuff. And then if we complete that and wear it and jump back in, we've then got an extra 3 slots of storage. So the only one left is the leg armor. Whoops, I didn't want to wear it. We want to modify it first. So let's see, we can put everything that you'd normally expect. But obviously we've used up all the stuff that we've already wanted, so let's get some more. So military plating. Can we have the noise reduction and the movement reduction ones at the same time? Let's take a look. Military plating, yep, that's there. Triple storage pocket, that's not. So let's take that. Okay, let's modify this again. And can we have the custom fittings and those? We can. So you can have both noise reduction and stamina reduction on at the same time. So military plating and cooling mesh. So in the desert we should now be absolutely fine, have no issues with heat whatsoever. But just in case, we're also going to have a t-shirt, and we're going to modify that so we can have a bright red t-shirt. because why not? So let's wear both of those. And it is apparently still hot for 8 minutes. You know what? One thing we... Oh, there you go. It's gone. It finally figured out we put all our clothes on. And one thing we are missing is an overcoat, which we're going to get a poncho for. There it is. It's a leather poncho. So we're going to modify that because we can have that bright green. Who wouldn't want a green poncho? So there we go. Fully equipped. Everything is on. And let's see, what is our armor rating with all of that on? 45. Obviously that is light armor. Heavy armor, you would probably, well, you're going to get more, but let's check out what how much more it is. Okay, so with the steel armor, the base rating is 9. So when you've got the armor plating on, the steel plating, it gives you the same increase of 3, so you're up to 12. So it would be 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. 60 would be your total armor. Now that is not the maximum armor you can actually get, because the ZU armor is the same, so armor rating of 9, and the standard football helmet is only 8. So actually having the ZU football helmets, the local football team, actually increases its armor rating. I don't think it increases much else. No, it's just that. The only other item that increases is the SWAT helmet. That goes up to an armor rating of 13 because its base rating is 10. So you can go up by 1. So it'd be 61 is the total armor rating without any modifiers, without any of your skills, basically. So if you went to agility, light armor rating would be increased by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%, which would be 45 plus an extra half. Well, let's do the heavy one because I can work out that a little bit better. So it's 50% plus your standard 60, so that's 90 armor rating in total if you went heavy armor. And the durability would be increased by 100% on both of those as well. So once you get the skills, your armor rating is quite tough, and therefore you'd be able to stand in the middle of a bunch of zombies and take an absolute pounding whilst giving it back. The only other thing that I've noticed is the mining helmets. You can actually equip another helmet to, and it counts as light armor as well. So if we wear that, our armor rating goes up by 2. Unfortunately, our cold resist goes... Actually, no, they both start at 0, don't they? It's just I've got the insulated padding on the mining helmets, and I've got the cooling mesh on the military helmet. So that can be changed as and when you need it. Good thing is you can still equip the water purifier. It just means you've got 2 lights on that one for some reason. So let's see. Nope, there's still only 1 light. It's still no brighter. So you can wear the mining helmet and it can still considered light armor, which is good. So that's not a bad thing. So that's your run through of everything armor related, except one thing I didn't realise. If you wear steel armor, you actually get -1 heat resist. So if you put that on in the desert, let's take a look. I'd imagine in a few seconds we're going to get a bright red sun appear down here. It's orange for the moment. Oh no, it's going to stay orange. It looks like. We are hot. Very, very hot. Which does actually affect our skills, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there you go. You get -1 strength if you're hot. I think it goes down to -2 if you're very hot. So let's take the poncho off. In fact, let's just take the t-shirt and the shorts off to really get a sweat on. There we go. We're sweltering now. And we have -2 strength. Unfortunately, I think it's agility if you're too cold. So there you go. Remember to wear the appropriate armor depending on where you are. Let's put all that back on. And that's it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed the Understanding Armor Mods video. If you did, remember to hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos, remember to hit the subscribe button. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my nice cool armor and jump jets.